Hi, so for this class, we're going to do some yoga. You're going to grab 2 yoga blocks and a yoga mat. Let's find a nice comfortable seat. I'm sitting on a block to make my spine a little straighter and longer. That way I can breathe a little bit deeper. So you just go ahead and close your eyes. And just slowly start to bring your breath in and out your nose. Full deep inhales and full exhales. As you breathe, try to clear the mind and focus on the breath. And as you breathe, try to lengthen out your exhale instead of just letting a quick drop off of an exhale. So nice deep inhale and exhale. Keep exhaling that out and carry on with your breath. With each exhale, relax the muscles in your face, softening your brow. Release any grip in your jaw or shoulders. Now let's go ahead and take our right thumb to the right nostril, index and middle finger between your eyebrows. Place it on that third chakra. Inhale left. Close the left with the ring finger of the same hand and exhale through the right. Again, long exhale. Inhale right. Close with the thumb and exhale left. Inhale left. Close with the ring finger, exhale right. Just allowing everything to soften on that exhale. Inhale deeply right. Nice tall back. Close with the thumb and exhale left. Again, this posture is tall. Inhale fully left. Close with the ring finger and exhale right. One more time. Inhale right. Close with the thumb and exhale left. Go ahead and release the hand and roll the shoulders back. So the last breathing, alternate nostril breathing, Anulom Vilom, is going to help to balance out your central nervous system. So if you're feeling stressed or anxious, that is a great breathing exercise to practice. Okay, so let's go ahead and face the top of your mat. Come onto your knees, hands and knees. And let's just roll through cat and cow a little bit. Inhale, roll the shoulder blades back, pull the chest through your arms. Try to wrap your biceps forward and your triceps back. And then turn the toes under. Exhale, tuck the pelvis forward, pull the ribs in, navel to spine. Inhale, roll the shoulder blades back, pull the chest through the arm bones back. And exhale, tuck around, push the floor down, separate in between your shoulder blades. Tuck the chin to chest. Release the toes, inhale, roll the shoulder blades back, pull the chest forward. And exhale, one more time, tuck and round. Push the floor down in through the balls of the feet into the palms. Lift between the shoulder blades. Good, come to neutral, bring your knees together. Flat back, tuck the pelvis slightly, lengthen your right leg back. It doesn't have to go high that you arch your back. So tuck the pelvis, lift up out of your shoulders. Push the floor down. Breathe and reach. Keep that right hip internally rotated, inner thigh rolling in and up towards the ceiling. Tuck the pelvis. So we're just going to go through some basics right here to really pull in through the core. Reach and spread your toes. Keep that leg as straight as possible. Good, so we internal rotation, hips are parallel and chest is parallel to the floor. And now let's externally rotate that leg and take it out to the side. Reach the toes forward. If you need to bend the knee, that's fine. Open. Now, we're externally rotating the thigh. And let's internal rotate. Lift that inner thigh towards the ceiling. Push the floor down. Tuck the pelvis. Reach. And then external. Open the knee. Internal. Reach. Push the floor down. External. Open. One more. Internal. Reach. Lengthen. Tuck the pelvis. Spread through your toes. Push the floor down. Strong arms. External. Open. Good. Release that leg. Other side. Reach through the foot. Again, my leg isn't up here. Okay, so I want to tuck the pelvis. Push the floor down. Internal rotation of the left thigh. So the inner thigh is lifting towards the ceiling. Ribs are pulled up, pushing the floor down. Strong arms, breathe. Tucking the pelvis forward. Keep spreading through the toes and straightening your leg longer and longer. Good, and then exhale. Bend the knee, external rotation. Push the floor down. Internal rotation, rotate it. Reach through the back foot, tuck the pelvis forward. Don't arch that back. External rotation. Lifting the outer knee towards the ceiling, and internal, reach. External, push the floor down. Internal, externally rotate that thigh. Push the floor, internal, reach and hold, tuck the pelvis, and exhale, release. Good, let's separate the knees and come into a child's pose. Shift your hips towards your heels and reach your hands forward. Good, inhale, coming back to all fours. So we're going to stretch that right leg back again. Keep the internal rotation of the thigh. And then we're going to turn the bottom toe under. So you can stay here if you need to. And just extend, tucking the pelvis and reaching through the leg, keeping it straight. Otherwise, turn the toes under of the left foot, and we're going to lift up for downward dog. Keep the right hip down. And then drop the left knee down and pull the right knee in. Inhale, stretch it long. Keep the internal rotation and press it back. Keep the internal rotation. The leg doesn't have to go too high. And then exhale. Take the knee down. Pull the right knee in. Inhale, stretch it long. Downward dog, lift the right leg. Exhale, left knee down. Right knee in. One more time. Keep it straight. Hips stay parallel the whole time here. Lift. And left knee down. Right knee in. Inhale, stretch it out, hold. Now we're going to go through that with the external rotation. So you're going to bend the right knee, take it out, lift the right outer knee up. Good. Now you can stay here and hold. Push the floor down or turn your bottom toes under. And keep a downward dog. Keep lifting that right outer thigh. Take it down. and pull it forward. Neutral. Downward dog, lift outer thigh up. Straight arms. Left knee down. Pull the right knee towards your right shoulder. Downward dog, one more time. Lift the outer leg up. And take it down. Pull the knee in. And straighten it out. We won't do as many on that one. Separate the knees, come to a child's pose quickly, reach. Come back to all fours. Good, all right, so left leg extends. Tucking the pelvis, keeping that internal rotation of the left thigh. Breathe, push the floor down. Turn your bottom toes under. Lengthen. It's okay if the bottom knee stays bent. We're just warming up a bit. And then exhale, right knee down, left knee into the nose. Inhale, stretch it out. Downward dog. Lift the left leg, keep the hips square. Right knee down, left knee pulls in. Take it back. Pull the ribs up. Downward dog, lift the left leg. Keep that left hip down, don't let it open. And right knee down, right knee in. Inhale, stretch it out. Now out to the side, so you're gonna bend the left knee out to the side. Breathe, push the floor down. Take it back. Downward dog, keep the left knee up, straighten your arms. Bend the bottom knee if you need to. Take the right knee to the floor and then pull the left knee towards your left shoulder. Back to downward dog. Keep the left knee lifting out to the side. And left knee towards left shoulder. Downward dog. Lift the left knee, straight arms. And right knee down, left knee towards left shoulder. Good, and then stretch it out. Reach and release. Separate the knees, come to child's pose. Breathe. Good. Sitting back on the knees. Let's come into camel. So separate your knees hips width. Wrap the shoulder blades back. Hands on the low back. If you want, you can set up 2 blocks, one on each side of your feet. Wrap the shoulder blades back, press out, lift the chest, wrap those shoulder blades more and more, elbows, pull back more. Push the pelvis forward. Good, stay there, or turn the toes under, take the fingertips to the heels, and press. Lift the chest, it doesn't have to be the deepest. Press the hips forward, engage the glutes. And release. Good, all right, let's come to a regular downward dog. Bend and straighten the legs. Inhale, you're gonna lift your right leg up. Bend the knee and open your hip. This time, we're externally rotating again. We're rotating the whole body to the side. Good, straighten it out, keeping those hips open. And then exhale, release, other side. Lift the left leg, bend, external rotation of the hips. Keep the arms straight, push into the thumbs. Straighten that left leg, but keep your body open. Reach and spread through your toes. And release. Looking forward, slowly walk your feet or hop to the top of your mat. Bend the knees, grab your elbows, keep the feet hips width. Breathe. Sway a little side to side. And then inhale. Lift up, flat back like we talked about before. Exhale, fold. Inhale to stand. Reach the arms up. And exhale. Just a couple sun salutations. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold it over. Flat back, lengthen your chest. Step or hop to plank. Elbows to ribs. Drop the knees if you'd like. Fingertips press. Cobra or upward dog. Lift the chest through. Belly in, lift the hips for downward dog. Push the weight back towards the heels. Push the floor down. Arms are strong. Index knuckles root. Breathe. Try to lift those kneecaps. Good. Looking forward, step or hop to the top. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to stand. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale, fold. Flat back. Exhale, step. Plank. Drop the knees if you'd like. Elbows to ribs. Pull it through, lift. Exhale. Downward dog. Pull up the low belly, push the heels back, lift the knees, maybe lift the toes a bit. Take an inhale. Exhale, step or hop forward. Inhale, flat back, lift your heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale to stand, push into the feet, reach high. And exhale, firm the legs. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, fold it over, bend the knees if you need. Inhale, flat back, lift your heart, push the feet down. Exhale, step to plank or hop. Elbows in, chaturanga, drop the knees if you like. Cobra or upward dog, lift the chest and press it back. Press the weight back into the heels, breathe. We have nice 3 deep breaths here. Lift the toes if you can, push into your thumbs. Strong legs, try to straighten it out. Good, inhale. Exhale, looking forward, step or hop to the top. Inhale, flat back, heart up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to stand, reach. Exhale. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, fold it over. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step it to plank. Chaturanga, drop the knees if you'd like. Or skip chaturanga and take a downward dog whenever you need to. Press it back, downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg, bend the knee, open the hip, look underneath the right armpit. Exhale, take your right foot forward if you need to, grab the ankle, pull it up. Back knee on the mat. And then let's walk our right foot slightly to the right. Maybe walk your right foot slightly forward also. Check that the ankle is maybe slightly in front of the knee. Okay, but we don't want the knee in front of the ankle. Okay, very important. So we protect our knees. Breathing here, push down into the floor, lift the chest. Breathe. Right now, our hips are both pulling forward. Our right knee is pulling in towards our right shoulder. So the inner thighs are still working in. The right hip is pulling back slightly and the left hip is pulling forward a little. Breathe. Press down into the top of that back foot. And then, if you need to here, also you can take blocks underneath your hands. Press down into the top of that left foot and then see if you can lift the left knee off the mat. If it's too much, just keep the left knee on the floor. Okay, breathe. Push down into your right heel. Keep pulling the legs in towards the center line of the mat. So the legs are engaged, but they're also stretching. Especially that left hip flexor. And then go ahead and release the left knee back on the mat and let the left hip pull forward and the right hip pull back. And one more time, press down into the top of that left foot, lift the left knee. But as the left knee is off the floor, we're still pulling that left hip forward a bit. Rooting into your right heel. And then exhale, release the left knee down. Keep pressing and lifting the chest. Push down into the top of that back foot. Pull your right hip back, your left hip forward. Good, breathe. And then turn your left toes under. Lift the knee up. Pull that right hip back, left hip forward. Nice and strong. So now it's not a stretch in that left hip flexor. One more breath. Drop the left knee down. Release the toes. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Push into the top of that back foot. Lift the left knee. Breathe. Good. Release the knee. Walk your foot in slightly. Bring your hands onto your thigh. Push down. Press into your right heel. Again, check the right knee isn't in front of the ankle. Push into the top of that left foot, the back leg. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Stay here, or see if you can lift the left knee. If it's too much, keep the left knee on the floor. And release. One more time. Press into the foot. Lift the knee. Push into your right heel. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. And release. Good. Just take your front leg back. Take a modified side plank. Right leg goes back. Extend the right arm over. And exhale. Come through Chaturanga. Inhale, lift. And back. 2 nice breaths here. Lift the left leg. Bend and open the hip. Push into your hands. Keep your arms straight. Take the left foot forward. Just take it slightly to the left and the ankle in front of the knee slightly. Again, you can use blocks underneath your hands. Breathe. Keep the left knee pulling in towards the left shoulder. Roll the right hip forward and the left hip back. Breathe. Now you can just stay here and breathe into your hips, using your blocks as you need to. Or you're going to press down into the top of that right foot. Root down into the left heel and lift the right knee. Pull that right hip forward, left hip back. Breathe. And release it. Keep lifting the chest. Push the floor down. Arms are straight. Left hip back, right hip forward. So these are little adjustments that you have to make on your own to really make a difference in these positions. Push down into the top of the right foot. Lift the right knee. Keep working your right hip forward, your left hip back. The legs are pulling inward towards the center line of your mat. The inner thighs are pulling in. Exhale or release. Breathe. Again, we pull the right hip forward, the left hip back, but the legs are pulling towards the center of the mat as well. Breathe. Good. Last time, push into the top of that back foot. Lift the right knee. Keep pulling your chest forward as your right hip draws forward and down. The inner thighs pull in. Good. And release. Turn your back toes under. Lift the knee. Breathe here. Right hip forward, left hip back. Inner thighs pull towards the center of the mat. The right leg is working straight. And release the right knee back down. Take the left foot more in line with the hip. Okay, and keep the ankle in front of the knee. Bring your hands up. Press down. We're pulling the left hip back and the right hip forward, so the inner thighs are pulling towards one another, like we do in our normal low lunge. Okay, so right inner thigh pulls in, left inner thigh pulls in, push into the left heel. If you can, push into the top of that right foot and lift the knee. Keep pulling forward, inner thighs in, so the legs are strong. Breathe and release. And again, left hip back or right hip forward. Inner thighs pull in, press down, lift the right knee. Breathe. Don't hold the breath. Breathe, 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 and release. So we're really getting into that hip flexor, a bit of psoas into the lower stomach. One more time. Pull the right hip in. Inner thighs pull in, press into your left heel, push down, lift, and release. Good. Release the hands. Take that front leg back. Modified side plank or full side plank as you like. Reach. And exhale. Chaturanga. Drop the knees or take a downward dog if you prefer. Lift. And take it back. Shift the hips back, breathe, push into the thumbs, let go of your neck and your jaw. Good, inhale, right leg lifts, bend and open. Exhale, right foot steps forward. This time, you're going to take a block under your left knee. Okay, this is optional. If you find it's too much, just remove the block. Okay, and then we're going to come forward. Check the front foot is pulling forward and it's in line with the hip still. This time I'm going to have my right hand on my hip, my left hand on the floor or on a block. And then we're just going to relax my back leg. I'm pulling in my right inner thigh towards my right ribs. Breathe. If you have a softer block, your back knee should be fine. But if your block is harder, like a cork block like this one is, then you can also place something on top of the block for more padding. Breathe. Push into your right heel. We won't be here long. Good. Stay here. Or you're going to bend that back knee. Lift the foot towards the glute. Now you can stay here and just curl. So my back knee is not on my kneecap is not on the block. The top of my thigh right here is placed on the block. So if you're not feeling that, then remove the block and do it without the block. If you can, you're going to grab the foot. Breathe. So, and again, I can take a other block, any height, under that front arm. Make it a little easier and more accessible. Breathe. Try to lift up out of the shoulder. I'm going to pull that heel in. And I'm going to push it out. And now I'm going to release. And take a straight back for Chaturanga. Drop the knees if you'd like. Lift. Downward dog. Lift the left leg. Bend the knee, open the hip. Left foot steps forward. Right knee goes down. And again, you can use a block or you don't have to. It's optional. Check that the front knee and ankle stay in a line. My left hand on my left leg. I can use a block underneath my right hand if I want. High or low. Pulling that right hip forward. The left hip pulls in and back, so both inner thighs are pulling in. Breathing here. Breathe. Square the hips off. Good, and then I'm going to bend the knee, and I can remove the block if it's uncomfortable. And keep that foot pulling up, or I can grab the foot, pull the heel in, keep lifting up out of the shoulder, making sure that I'm on the front part of my, lower part of my thigh, and not the kneecap. Breathe, pull the hip, inner thigh in, pull the foot in, lift up out of the shoulder, Deepen the breath. Don't hold the breath and wait till we're done. Push it back slightly, pressing the pelvis forward so I'm not sinking in my low back. And then I'm going to release. Remove the block. Step the front leg back. Take a Chaturanga. Fingertips press. Cobra or upward dog. Downward dog. Good, so now we're going to do a little external rotation. So I'm going to take the knees wide, and you can double up your mat. One side in, not too far in because you're going to take your knees nice and wide. I like to put my knees and my ankles on the mat, just for some extra padding. So my knees and hips are in a line, and I can use my 2 blocks here if I want. I'm going to lose them. Okay, and then my knees and my ankles are also in a line. So my legs are creating basically an L shape on each side. Breathing, opening up the inner thighs. So we've been pulling the inner thighs in to parallel the hips. Now we want to just stretch that out a little. Breathe. Let the hips pull forward or down. Try not to let the hips in front of or behind the knee line. We want to keep that straight knee, hip. Okay, knee, hip. Breathe, lift the chest. And if you can, you come onto your forearms onto the floor, or you can lay all the way flat on the floor. I'm going to stay up for today's purpose. Breathe. And each exhale, try to relax the jaw, relax the inner thigh, and try to walk the legs a little bit wider. Couple more breaths. Really try to relax the inner thighs and the groin there. And then if you can, rock your hips back just a little bit, and then you'll feel just a little bit more. Push the hips back. Breathe. See if the knees can go a little wider. And then release. Bring your feet in. Walk it up. Bring the knees in. See, not too bad. We weren't there that long. Okay, undo your mat. Bring it in. Take your hands back, and then we're going to take the knees, windshield wipers, side to side. Rotate it out, pull it in, rotate. Good, and then we're going to take the block and come into fish. So if you don't have a block, you don't need a block. Stack a couple pillows or anything, a book, a couple books, and then place a pillow over it and make it softer. And when you're ready, take that block or pillow, whatever you have, along the upper spine, just below the neck, and then release the head towards the floor. In many of the other videos, I do show the normal fish without the block. Okay. Breathe. Make sure your head isn't floating. Make sure your butt isn't in the air. So try to drop it down. Relax your face, jaw, brow. A few deep breaths here. Anything you want to do with your arms out to the sides or overhead. Different positions with the arms changes the stretch a little as the shoulder blade moves out of the way. And then slowly roll to one side, remove your block. Find a happy baby. Rocking a little side to side. And then let's go ahead and take the bottoms of the feet together. Take the nose and the toes towards each other. Expanding through the low back. And release. Release the legs. Let go of the arms, finding your Shavasana. Placing something over the eyes if that's feeling comfortable for you. Helps you relax a bit more. Make sure the shoulder blades are wrapped underneath the back and the arms are released. Naturally open. The legs are released, naturally open. Now let's take a nice deep breath in from the bottom of the stomach, all the way up to the very top of your ribs. And exhale, slowly let that breath go. Again, inhale from the bottom. Exhale, slowly let it go. Again, breathing through the nose. One more time. Inhale from the bottom of the stomach all the way to the very top. Inhale, sip up more air, hold. Again, inhale, sip up more air, hold. One more time, sip it up. And exhale, slowly let it go. Let go of your breath, relax the stomach. Release your hips, legs, ankles, feet, and toes. Allow your shoulders to be heavy into the mat so your heart can lift and be open. And allow any stress or tension to roll down the arms and release from your fingertips. Let go of your jaw, brow, scalp, ears, forehead, throat. Just allow the mind to be calm and clear. Acknowledge your thoughts and then let them go. Try not to carry on any dialogue in your head. As you do so, allow the body to melt back into the floor, letting go and just be. And slowly start to come back into your breath. And wiggle your toes and your fingers. And bring the legs together. Extend the arms long overhead. Get a nice long stretch. And bend the knees. Roll to the right. Take a breath. When you're ready, you can find a nice tall seat. Just sitting with the spine nice and straight. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands to your heart. And thanks for sharing your practice and your energy with me. Have a great day. Namaste.